All right, let's get right into it. You're spending all this time, maybe even money, to get people to your website. But then what? How do you actually turn that click into a customer? Well, that's where a killer landing page comes in. And today, we're going to break down exactly how you can build one that really truly works.
So before we get into the how, let's talk about the why not. Why do most landing pages, well, why do they just fail? I mean, you've seen it, right? You get the traffic, the numbers look good, but nobody's actually signing up or buying. It's a super common headache, but the good news is it's totally fixable.
It usually boils down to just a handful of common mistakes. Things like your message is all over the place, the design is just a cluttered mess, or that buy now button is kind of weak. People will literally hit the back button in seconds. Oh, and the big one? Sending paid traffic to your generic homepage. That's like throwing your marketing budget right out the window. Every single one of these things is like a roadblock for a potential customer.
So how do we start knocking down those roadblocks? It all begins with a rock-solid foundation. Seriously, before you even think about writing copy or picking out colors, there are two things you absolutely have to nail down: your offer and your social proof.
Let's talk about the offer first. And I don't just mean your product or service. The offer is the reason someone should even care in the first place. Think of it as the core promise you're making to them. A truly irresistible offer is one that's so spot on, so valuable, that they feel like they have to act on it, like right now.
Okay, so what's the secret sauce for an irresistible offer? Well, it's got 4 main ingredients. First, it has to be super relevant, like it's speaking directly to their biggest problem. Second, it has to have tangible value. We're talking real benefits, not just a list of features. Third, you need a little urgency or scarcity, a deadline or a limited spots available kind of thing. And last but not least, you've got to reduce their risk. A free trial, a money-back guarantee, something that makes them feel safe saying yes. All right, the second part of our foundation, social proof. This stuff is pure psychology, and it's incredibly powerful. I mean, think about it. When you're not sure which restaurant to pick, what do? You check the reviews, right? You see what other people are saying. That's social proof. It's an instant trust builder because it shows your visitor, hey, people just like you have already tried this and they loved it.
And here's where so many people get it wrong. A weak testimonial is just, yeah, great product. Who cares, right? But look at a powerful one like this. It's specific, you've got a name, a title, and a real measurable result. Boosted our productivity by 40%. Now that feels real. That's the kind of detail that makes people believe, and that's what makes it so persuasive.
Okay, foundation's built. We have a great offer, we've got our social proof. Now it's time to fire up the persuasion engine. And the fuel for that engine? It's your copy. It's all about the words you use to take someone from just being curious to actually taking action. And it all starts with your headline. This is your one shot to make a first impression. And believe me, tiny tweaks here can make a world of difference. Marketing software? Snooze. Nobody's excited about that. But how to increase your sales by 30% in 30 days? Bam! That promises a specific, amazing result. That's what makes people stop scrolling and pay attention.
The same logic applies to your call to action button, your CTA. It has to be dead simple. There's actually a super powerful, easy formula for this. You start with a strong action word like get or download. Then you tell them the benefit they're getting. And finally, you sprinkle in a little urgency. So it's just verb, benefit, urgency. Super simple, but it works like a charm.
Just look at the difference this makes. Submit is so robotic. It feels like you're giving something up. But get your free guide now. See the shift? You immediately know what you're doing, what awesome thing you're getting, and that you should do it now. It completely changes the vibe from a boring command to an exciting invitation.
All right, let's move on to the silent hero of conversion, design. And look, good design isn't just about making things look pretty. It's a strategic tool. It works in the background, guiding your visitor's attention, getting rid of any confusion, and making that final yes feel like the most natural thing in the world. The big idea here is something called visual hierarchy. I love this concept. The best way to think about it is like a tour guide for your eyes. A good design uses things like size, color, and empty space to literally point your visitor to what's most important. It tells them, hey, look here first. Okay, now look over here. It ensures they see your main message no matter what.
So how do you become a great tour guide? It's pretty straightforward. Number 1, a big, bold headline that you just can't miss. Number 2, use lots of white space. Let your elements breathe. It makes everything feel less overwhelming.
Number 3, make that call to action button pop with a color that stands out from everything else. And maybe the most important one, make absolutely sure it all looks and works perfectly on a phone.
And I'm not kidding about mobile. Here's why it's a deal breaker. More than half, let me say that again, more than half of all traffic on the web is happening on mobile devices. So if your page looks janky on a phone, you're basically slamming the door on the majority of your potential customers. This isn't just a nice to have anymore, folks. It is a must-have.
Okay, we are so close. We've got our foundation, the copy is compelling, and the design is doing its job. But there's one last, crucial piece to this puzzle. It's what I call the final polish. This is the part that never really ends. The process of testing, measuring, and always refining.
Because I'm going to let you in on a little secret about all this. When it comes to landing pages that truly convert, the goal is not to launch something that's perfect from day one.
No, the real secret is iteration. It's about getting something good out there and then watching how people use it, learning from the data, and making small, smart improvements over and over again. Those little tweaks are what lead to massive results down the line.
And the number one tool for doing this is A/B testing. It sounds technical, but it's really simple. You just create 2 versions of your page, let's call them A and B. Maybe you change the headline, maybe you change the button color. You show version A to half your visitors and version B to the other half. Then you just let the data tell you which one won. It completely takes the guesswork out of the equation. So let me just leave you with this one thought to chew on. Is your landing page working as hard for your business as you are? It really should be. A great landing page is like your best salesperson. It never sleeps, it never takes a vacation, and it's always working to turn visitors into customers.
So if you're feeling fired up and you're ready to put all of this into practice,
Then I've got something for you. I put together a free ebook that goes way deeper into all of these strategies. It's called How to Craft Effortless Landing Pages for Your Funnels, and you can grab it right now. The link is waiting for you in the description below. Go check it out. Thanks for hanging out with me today.